With the streaming, it was working my freshman year here, my first semester, and it was awesome. You could just say, oh, load up this app, type in our name, you can hear us. And it was great. People loved it. Parents loved it. Friends and family loved it. Alumni loved it. And then something happened. I don't know what happened because I didn't work here. I was just a volunteer. Right. But it broke. And when it broke, I don't mean, oh, a screw came loose and now this is like hanging down. I meant the entire system was just fried and destroyed. And then finally, like 2 weeks ago, 100% fixed, goes live. So happy to have it back. We got it back and we have like doubled down on all countermeasures to ensure it doesn't break and stop working again. So hopefully it'll be here for a lot of years. That was like my main goal when I got hired here. I consider it a personal achievement that I got it up and running again.
There's a lot of rules at the radio station, so it seems kind of easy. You know, you just come in, you record your show, you go live, you talk about whatever, you play whatever. Right. But that's definitely not the case. There's a lot of artists that we can't necessarily play without a certain license that we don't have as a university. So there's a lot of people like Taylor Swift or Jay-Z or Bruno Mars that typical teens would want to hear about nowadays and you can't play it. Well, there was a day that I did play a Taylor Swift song. So Travis is in there with the show. He's on the show with me, and he hears a song come on, and it's definitely by Taylor Swift. And he was like, "Is this Taylor Swift?" And I like turned red, and I'm like, "I'm so sorry." And he was like, "No, it's okay, just change it." And I changed it, and I was like, "I'm really, really sorry." But I think that was the first time that I really realized that like this is kind of scary. Right. Like if someone were to catch that, then that's a big fine. And I think another really hard part is you can't curse, you can't sell things. Right. So while there is a lot of freedom, there's also a lot of rules and regulations.
Language is first and foremost, it's the main thing that I am always concerned about. Because cussing is such a regular part of everyone's vocabulary for the most part, and it has a basic zero tolerance on air. So it's really hard to break that from volunteers. Myself included. My freshman year, it took a lot. Like I would pause constantly while talking because I knew I was about to say something I couldn't. So that takes a lot of training, and it takes the willingness to change yourself. And that's a big problem, is everyone wants to be an individual, but there are just certain rules you have to go by here. Right. There are things you can't say. So language is a huge thing. And I've had to get on to so many people because they couldn't just watch their tongue. Every semester that I've worked here, 3 semesters in a row now, there hasn't been a semester where I didn't have to get on to someone for language. Even my old boss, Craig, slipped up once or twice. To my record, I've never said anything on the air that would be considered an infraction by the FCC, but there are definitely people who have, and it's my job to yell at them whenever they do. Other than that, self-promotion. You know, we're non-commercial. We don't sell things here. That includes our DJs, and if you're in a cool band and you're going to be the next Leonard Skinner or the next AC/DC, you can't just go on 90.5 and start saying, hey, you should buy my new CD, or you should go on iTunes and support me. And so many people want to do that, even if they're just really passionate about the place they work at. They want to be like, oh, well, I work at McDonald's, and for only $2.99 you can. No, there's none of that. So that's like another really big thing I have to yell at people for. I'm not worried anymore because of this freshman class, of all the new potential I'm seeing here at WCU. I've seen, hands down, the most number of people, men and women, show interest in the comm department than I've seen in my last 4 years here. I'm confident I'll be able to leave both people in positions where they can hit the ground running. And if not, I'll still be around. They can call me. I can talk them through some stuff.
Next year, with the position, fingers crossed that I'll get it, I'll still be calling Travis, I'll still be calling Sam and saying, hey, this little thing went wrong and I have no idea how to fix it. So it's definitely a huge learning curve that only experience can teach you. Coming to the radio station is a huge stress reliever. So I have my own show that I have with 2 other people, and it's on Tuesdays, which are the worst day for me as a student. I'm in class from 8 to 5 with no break. I have chemistry, I have chemistry lab, I have stats, I have nutrition. It's like just a terrible day. And then I come to my show, and it's this huge relief. I'm like, oh, I can chill out, I can listen to music, I'm talking to my friends, talking about things I care about, whether it's politics or art or music or whatever. We just talk.